Hey guys, I'm waiting for Alex and Nanny. Let's see. Hey, hey guys. Hey everyone, coming in. Oh, Holly's in. Hey, Holly. Right, wait, now. Request. Hey, hey. We
Hello,
recording.
hello, hello.
Yay!
How is everybody? How are you
Yes,
doing, Nanny Sharz?
I'm good. It's been a draining week, but I'm trying to remain positive and I'm here. I'm ready to
Yay.
go.
Good, good, good. It has been a trying week for me because my business shut down while I was on shelter in place. I did not want to make my jams. So this week I opened up and it's been an explosion in my kitchen. So
Jam, that jam good, girl.
yeah, this damn good is so good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So we're going to introduce ourselves, and once we introduce ourselves, we are going to pretty much answer some questions. We have a question that we have from one of our from our inbox, and we have a question for you all. So we need you all to participate.
hmm
All right, Miss Nanny Shards, you can go first while I share this video to some of our groups on Facebook.
Okay, so some of you may know me, some of you may not. My name is Sharda Lambert. I am a nanny here in the UK, originally from Birmingham, but grew up in London. I am an international nanny, a parent coach, sleep consultant, and a potty training specialist. And I've been a nanny for about 14 years. And I used to dance, so I used to dance and act. So my background is performing arts, and at the moment I'm with two beautiful, energetic, bonkers boys. They're 2 and 4 years old, and I literally have the best nanny job in the world. So yeah, that's me.
Well, I have, let's see, I've been a nanny. I have been a home daycare provider. I have been a temporary legal guardian to about 19 military families. I have, let's see, what else have I done? I am a newborn care
Twins.
specialist now, and I am the host of Ask the Nanny Facebook Live. And I've
The
been
third
doing
parent.
this for over 40 years, so that tells my age. So that's a bit about me. I love my little squishies and I love doing what I do. So yeah, that's me.
She's a specialist with twins as well, guys. So if you know anyone that's just had some twin babies and needs some help and they're in Texas, then X the nanny.
That would be
That's your
me.
go-to person, okay?
Yes, I am a twin specialist. I have had the unique opportunity to work with 38 sets of twins, and I currently work with a set of twin girls. They are not identical, but their personalities, oh my gosh, they are 10 weeks old, and the little smiles that I get first thing in the morning just brighten my day. Makes it all worth them being up overnight. So, yeah. Now,
So my mum
we're
just
going
tried
to
to
jump
call me.
into our question.
Yeah. We got a dilemma, guys, so we
I
need
hear,
you guys to help us as well.
I have a squeak. I hear a squeak from your side.
Oh, is it me? Hold on. Probably me. Has it gone?
It's gone.
Okay,
Okay.
sorry.
We have a question. A nanny says, this may well be long, so I'm sorry in advance. I do tend to waffle. I am a nanny of a beautiful 23-month-old, and she is a joy. I do worry about her, though. I find her to be less animated and excitable than other toddlers who I've looked after. She is practically robotic. She doesn't have a real interest other than her lift the flap books. She doesn't enjoy doing any activities. She understands all the things we say to her, but it is only in the last few days she'll point out the door, uh, point point out the duck or the dog or even the Peppa Pig in her books. Up until then, she would just gaze at us with a blank expression. If we ask her to find her drink or her shoes, for example, she walks off in another direction and totally ignores us. She is very sensory averse. She hates pom poms, pipe cleaners, Play Doh, paint, sand, and anything sticky. Water are near her head. She doesn't like water near on or near her head. She has one word in her current vocabulary. At Christmas, her speech regressed and she lost the 7 or 8 words she did have prior to that, including more, done, gone, dog, garden. She babbles a bit, but when nobody else is around her, she doesn't say mama or daddy or any words that are recognizable. My main concern is that her love of books overtakes all other activities during the day, and I worry as a result she's falling behind in other areas. She won't play with toys left out because she wants her books. She screams for books at the dinner table, and she won't eat unless she is read to. She wants
Mm.
books in the bath, when on the walks, when playing in the garden, and when the book's finished, she thrusts it back at you, even if she slammed it shut halfway through. Do I put the books away so she engages in something else? Or is it damaging her if as she clearly loves books and they appear to be a comfort to her? If she's awake for 10 hours a day, she's being read to, leafing through or chasing us to read her books for at least 6 hours of those 10 hours. I am sorry this is so long, but I am a loss of what to do next. How do I bring it up to her parents that I am concerned? Do I even need to be as concerned as I am? Should I address it at her 2-year checkup? I am grateful. I am so grateful that you even read this. Thank you and stay safe. Whew. Okay, so the 23-month-old only wants to read books, talk about books, be read to, won't eat unless she has the books and plays with nothing else but the books. So she's all about her books. Now, first of all, I'm going to say that we are not doctors. We don't pretend to be doctors. And the case that you have, what you have presented to us, I would suggest that you go and talk to the parents. Before you talk to the parents, write down the dates and the times of your observations. When you write down the dates and the times of your observations, it gives you proof that this is what she wants to do. Take pictures. We all have camera phones. Take pictures of a video when she starts crying for her books at dinner time or crying at lunchtime or whenever the case may be, so that when you go and you talk to the parents, you have proof that they can take to the doctor, should they decide to go that route, of your concerns. Chada?
You practically took the words out of my mouth. Because I was going to say, it definitely sounds like there's more of a biological issue going on, or medical issue. I think she should definitely document it. So that's write down observation times, dates, what it is that she observed. Also, she can capture it on video, as you do as a nanny anyway. You do videos for the parents and things like that. So throughout the day, just try and capture it. What I tend to do as well with the boys sometimes is I'll put my camera on record and I'll just leave it in a corner, and I will just I pretend I forget that the camera's there, and I will go on with my day. And what's good about it is when you watch that back and you observe it, you might see things that you didn't even notice. You might even pick up on things that you didn't even know your nanny child could do. And I only do that sometimes like 5 or 10 minutes of the day, because I want the children to be as natural as possible, but I want the parents to see them in their natural habitat. So that's probably something she could do. But I definitely think you need to sit down with the parents and talk to them. As a childcare professional, you have a duty of care to make sure that that child is safeguarded, make sure that child is getting the best care possible. And it sounds like there's underlying issues, so you need to address that with the parents, as sensitive as possible as well, because with children, with parents, sometimes they can get a bit offended if you have a concern, but make sure you let them know that it's coming from a place of love and a place of genuinity. Is that even a word? Of genuineness, is that even a word? I make up words, by the way, guys, so you're not going to get used to it.
I do too. I make
Okay.
them up every day, all day long. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, I make up words, so you're not going to hear some new words like that's not in the dictionary, but okay.
We'll add to the dictionary.
The Sharz dictionary. So yeah, so they know it's coming from a genuine place, and like I said, if you have some evidence that you can present to them, that will help back up your statements. But definitely seek medical advice. I think if I was in your situation, I would talk to the parents, show them some evidence, and then I will support them through the process of seeking a medical professional, because there is definitely signs of development delay, severe development delay, by the way. So yeah, it's definitely something I would talk to the parents to, and also advise them to go and seek a second opinion from a medical professional.
Yes,
that's my advice.
That I totally agree. Talk to the parents, because the ultimate decision is theirs. That's their child. And some parents just be prepared that the parent's not going to like what you have to say.
Some parents might not.
No, some parents, that's what I said, be prepared that they might not like what she has said. It depends on the parents that you work for. You know the temperament of your parents. So knowing their temperament, make sure that you go to them at a time of the day when they are able to listen and they're not stressed out. And I know that's kind of hard to do when you are the nanny. So they're rushing in the morning to get out the door, and they're get home and they're like stressed out from work. But you still need to have those conversations, or set up an appointment to have a conversation with them after you have gathered information and gathered videos. Make sure that you are able to bring those to the table. Bring your observations to the table. All it takes is you can get some printer paper or a tablet, a journal, whatever. Just write it down, what you observe. Don't put your feelings into it. Just write what you observe, because when you put your feelings into it, it becomes something totally different. Yeah. The doctor may try to treat something that you put in there and not what you actually observed. So, and that's why it's good to have a camera on, so that they can actually see the patterns that this child is creating. So once you figure out, she does this, 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 and this, and it's creating a pattern, make sure that that pattern is caught on camera, so you can present it to the family, email it to them so that they can take it to the doctor, and the doctor can see it and observe, and take more than one video. Give them something to compare, because
Yeah.
just seeing one video does not show everything.
Yeah.
I know symptoms come and go, and just because it's not there today does not mean that your toe is not hurting. So if your toe is hurting yesterday and it was killing you, and today, well, you might have taken some Motrin, or you may have not been walking as much today, and so it's not hurting as much today. But you walk and you hit your toe, you know, just barely scrape it up against something, and that toe starts throbbing. Like, yes. So that's my analogy of symptoms can be there at one point and not be there at another point. So make sure that you get more than one video of this child to take to the parents so that they can have something to compare.
Needs solid evidence. But also the thing is, she never mentioned to us how long she'd been the child's nanny and how long this has been going on for, because that would also determine the kind of advice we would give you. If this is something that's been ongoing for a year, 6 months, then you definitely know that there's an underlying issue. You need to see a doctor. Well, here we say GP. So you would take, where in America, I don't know, you guys would take the child to a pediatrician or something like that, right?
Yes.
I think.
Yes. Well,
yeah.
It does say, okay, so if she's writing this and it's June, she does say she has one word currently in her vocabulary, and at Christmas, her speech regressed and she lost 7 or 8 words. So she has been with her at least 6 months, at least since Christmas. So if she's been with her, this is my deduction from what I'm reading. Because I you know, over here trying to play Sherlock Holmes. But
makes sense. Yeah, she needs to talk to the parents ASAP. ASAP. Right. ASAP meaning as soon as possible. Yeah.
As soon as possible. So that's our.
Oh, wait, she did ask a question. She said, should she stop the books? No. Don't stop reading the books. Keep reading the books to her. Yes. I don't think you should change that. Especially a sudden change as well. Don't do that. So yeah, keep trying to introduce new things, but keep the books there, as that's a comfort at the moment. That's what she feels most comfortable with. That's what she's used to. That's her normal. So keep the books, but try to still introduce new stuff, and probably explain to her before you introduce it, a few days before, you know, show her pictures of it before you introduce it. Things like that, you might, you know, might help the situation. So when you then introduce the game or a activity, she's had that preparation that this is coming. Does that make sense?
It helps with the transition.
Yeah, definitely. And an understanding.
Yes, yes. Definitely.
What good, man.
What's that?
Sorry, that was me getting excited. I was thinking, what good at giving advice? Even if it's for myself.
Oh my gosh.
You want to go to the comments? What's everyone saying?
I'm trying to look at you, and everybody's sending me messages through here. I'm like, no, stop sending me messages.
Okay.
But
wait,
now,
let me go to the comments, Angela. I'm going to go to the comments quickly. We've got a few.
Okay.
So let's go. Let's go down. We got Holly says, hey, lovely. Hey. Lottie's in here. Hey. Holly says, yeah, I have worked with tunes, but nowhere near as many. Nanny Toto said, wow, 38. Holly Weskin said, she may be autistic, but it's quite early to tell. Yeah. So definitely just go see a medical professional, because they can do the stuff that we can't do. We are not medical professionals. See, someone else used genuinity. Is it a word? I don't know. Someone look at the dictionary.
It is.
And then Nanny Toto said you could make a book of activities so she can see it. Oh, that's good.
Yes.
That's really good. That's a really good idea. Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, that's really good. I think that's good. Definitely a good one.
And if you don't have a book, I've done schedules with kids where I have just cut out pictures of like the book stands for reading time, and the clouds stand for outside time. A plate and fork and spoon stands for lunchtime or dinner time, and then a bed stands for it's nap time or bedtime. And I let them put them in. Now the nap time stays the same every day, but they need to
Yeah.
put the order in which their schedule is, and that way that would help too. But I like that book idea too. I like
Even
that. I
signs.
like
Try
tips.
and read up a bit on signs and see if you can, sign to her, because maybe she might pick up with signs, maybe baby sign language, or BSL. I don't know. Is this nanny in the UK or America?
I don't know. The way
Okay, so wherever
she
you
says
are.
garden, I'm thinking is maybe the UK because we call it out in the yard.
Okay, so
And
she
if
a
you all
UK
say
nanny like for
garden
me.
instead of yard, go
Okay,
outside.
yeah,
So
yeah. We
I
say
don't know.
garden,
Nanny Toto
garden, garden.
says, yes, like a virtual timetable. Yes, a
Visual
visual.
timetable. Yeah.
Hello. I need my visuals checked, and I have on glasses.
I should put my glasses on as well. I forgot them.
Oh,
I feel like I'm turning
glasses.
blind.
I need to see some. I need that visual to come back to me. Oh my gosh.
Is there anything
So
else you wanted to talk about?
yes, a question came up yesterday in a live that I was in,
Okay, let me
and
see.
I wanted to get you all's opinion about it. It was about the shelter in place. Everyone is getting ready to go back to the workforce. Some of us have never stopped. Some of us are just going back. Now, most families and some nannies who are looking for new jobs, they want us to quarantine, which is fair. But what happens when the family wants you to quarantine and stay close to home and not go out into having parties and different things? What happens when they leave for the weekend, going on a mini vacation to 2 or 3 towns over, and then they come back and they bring whatever they have with them back to you? So my question is it fair for us to be under quarantine to protect them and they not be under quarantine to protect us?
Can I answer that?
I was gonna say, Nanny Sharz.
I don't think it's fair. I think if the nanny family are requesting that you quarantine, they need to do exactly the same. It's not one rule for me and the next rule for you. Um, and yeah, I think it's fair because as well, if the nanny family's got more than one child, it's not even that. It's the fact that just we don't know if they're social distancing. We don't know if they're interacting with other people that weren't, self isolating. So yeah, I think it's definitely fair for them to quarantine and me to quarantine. Like, if you're going to ask me to do that, you need to do that too. Simple. And I would be very annoyed if I found out that my nanny family were telling me not to do something that they were doing. That would really annoy me. And I'm not someone that's afraid to speak my mind. So I would be saying something.
Well, I totally agree with you too,
Okay.
because my husband is here with me. So for me to quarantine, that means he has to quarantine too. So that restricts his movements about the country. Now, what if my husband went back to work and he has to travel to someplace? What then? So do I stop
You
working?
can't you can't quarantine because
Right.
or your husband's gonna have to stay out for 2 weeks. Like that's not
Right.
possible, is it?
Either he has to stay away from home or I have to go somewhere and stay away from him while he's traveling. And then when he gets back from traveling, I have to go stay somewhere so he can quarantine himself for 2 weeks so that I
Yeah.
can come home.
It's too much.
But
It's too complicated. And
it's
on
a
top of that,
whole lot. It's a whole
if they're
lot.
asking me to
Thankfully, my
self-quarantine,
husband,
are they paying me?
that's
Are
that's
you running me
another
my coins for 2 weeks?
that's another thing. If you want me to quarantine to come and work with you, which means I can't work with anybody else because I'm staying away from people, is it the sacrifice mine or is the sacrifice yours? Is it my sacrifice because I want to work with this family? So I need to be willing to sacrifice 2 weeks. But at the same time, I know that I'm clean. I know that I haven't done anything. I know that I have not gone anywhere. I'm not sick. But you want me to quarantine for 2 weeks. Are you going to do the same for me?
They don't have a choice. If you're asking me to quarantine, you're quarantining too. Like, it's not negotiable.
I'm just saying.
Simple. It's not negotiable for me. I take my time very seriously, and I don't like people dictating to me what I should do with my time. That's like a big pet peeve of mine. So I think as well, if they're asking you to quarantine for 2 weeks, they need to pay you for those 2 weeks to sit at home.
I think
100%.
so too. I think so too. We need to come up with some kind of compromise because if I'm going to quarantine and I can't work, and that means you got to quarantine, and you can't be trotting all over globe trotting. So we both have to quarantine at the same time. But I still think that I should be compensated because if I'm quarantined for you for 2 weeks, that means I'm out of any money for 2 weeks. And then all of a
And
sudden you
bills don't
decide you don't
stop.
want me, or it's gonna be on and popping.
Yeah.
It will be on and popping. I would ask for a
So
deposit.
what? So
Seriously.
what? Let me ask you something then. You agreed to quarantine. They've agreed to quarantine, and you find out that they've broken their quarantine. What do you do then?
That's that's why I would ask for a deposit, a non-refundable deposit.
Ah,
If they go and break the quarantine, because little kids talk. I went over to the thing and I said this and I did that. If you talk to the kids and you talk to them, so where do you like to go play? Well, I like to. Oh, really? When was the last time you went there? And they will start talking.
You know what?
I
happened to
had
me.
a home daycare and I used to work in a preschool. And if you listen to them in housekeeping, especially in where the kitchen and everything, you have to be the mama, you have to be the dad, you have to be the dog, you have to be the cat. No, the cat can't say that because the cat says this and you know exactly what's going on at home. No, you can't do this because the auntie is supposed to say that. And auntie does this. And this is how she's supposed to act. They will tell the truth and they will tell it to you straight. And you will hear things you like.
Yeah.
So
children are taught to lie, I think. Yeah,
so
I think children are naturally honest, but they're taught to lie because I've even had sometimes I hear my nanny child like baiting me up to his mum. Not that I've done anything wrong, but he's like, Sharda said, or Sharda did this today, and I'm like, this little, but I hear him sometimes say like, Sharda said this or this, and then sometimes when I come in on a Monday, yeah, it is the most funniest and cutest thing. I literally get a rundown of the weekend from both of them at the same time. So I'm like this, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I'm trying to listen to what they're both saying, and they're like, and then this happened, and then they're like proper just chatting. So then I say back to the mum, oh, so this weekend you did it, and she's like, how did you know that? I'm like, he told me, and she's like, what?
Exactly.
I didn't even know we heard that, or it's so
and that's
cute.
why I want a deposit.
Yeah,
because if I come in and the kids say all this stuff, I'm like, oh, Okay, so y'all not as clean as you want me to be clean and bleach everything and stay. Yeah, but kids, you take a child somewhere, a child does not know how to not run to the swings. They don't know how not to go down the slide unless you holding their hand and they trying to pull away from you. You're like, no, we can't go there. We can't do this.
Mhm.
So
Let
I'm
me
just
write
saying.
I'm going to write in the comments the question. So if your nanny family, oh, what is it? If your nanny family asks you to social distance, or what is it, to quarantine?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the comments. Hold on.
Okay.
We have several comments.
Ooh.
Nanny Toto said if they want you to quarantine, they should do it also. It has
Yeah.
to be equal. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. And Nanny, is that Kadri?
Yeah.
Says, I don't think
Agree.
it's fair. I totally, we're on the same page. I totally agree.
I'm
Holly
trying to.
Weston
Ooh.
says, definitely not fair. It's, definitely not fair. It's double standard, and there needs to be a conversation where rules are out in place for everyone. Put in place for everyone. Exactly.
Who said that?
Especially.
Who said
Holly
that?
Weston said that. She said there
Okay.
needs to
That's my
be rules
girl.
put in place. She said you should be paid for those 2 weeks. I love you already, and I don't even know you.
Holly, she's lovely. You would love Holly.
Ah, I
She's
love her
amazing. She's a
already.
sweet soul. And you know what she
Playing
did
with me.
today? She did a really kind thing today. She donated like £110, which is like $150 to the Black Lives Matter movement. And she's white. It's amazing. I love her. I was like, oh my
Thank you,
God,
thank you, thank you, thank you,
Holly.
thank you, thank you,
So
thank
yeah,
you.
everyone, big up Holly. Oi, 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 oi. That's what we do in
Yes,
Jamaica. Oi, oi, oi,
yes.
oi, oi, oi. Well,
Okay.
not like that, but you know.
I can't do all of that.
Big up yourself. Big up to
Okay.
Holly.
Okay.
Da-da-da-da. Let's see. So we do sounds, it's just a Jamaican thing. She's the
Luxury
sweetest.
Living Staffing says exactly. They have to compensate you for those 2 weeks. I
Yes,
love y'all.
girl. Luxury Living Staffing is the nanny that I did my live with last week. She's
Yes, I
amazing.
saw her. She's good. I
Lana,
love
she's
her.
lovely. I love her. She's
Yes,
so
yes,
all about women and women empowerment and just supportive and just a beautiful aura. Love her.
yes. She said
Let's see.
nice, non-refundable. That's right. Because if I find out you broke it, if I'm coming to work and you broke it, then we don't have a problem. And I'm not giving the money back because I've been sitting here for 2 weeks and you break our agreement. If I break the contract, you'll be ready to fire me. No compensation, no severance pay, no nothing.
Yeah, that's
That
why you have to have a contract.
that would be what and I would deserve it if I broke the rules. Same goes the other way. I find that people when they invest in something, you care more about it when you have something invested in it, whether it's your time, but especially your money. If you
Yeah, where's
invest your
Nanny Teller?
hard-earned money into
Where's
something,
Nanny Teller?
you tend to care for it better. You tend to care for it more. I promise you, children, and this is what I taught my children. They want me, Mama, buy me this, Mama, buy me that, Mama, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me. And when I buy it, it's everywhere. It's on the floor, it's on the bed, it's hanging off the rafters, whatever the case may be. If they have to spend their money on it, they have a special place for it. Now don't forget to tell their brothers, don't forget to put it back when you got it. It's an investment for them. They care about it because they have invested in it. Well, if you're going to invest in me, then you care about me, then you won't break the rules so you can get your money. And what I would do is have that deposit go towards, it will go towards my weekly payments. Now, if I'm going to be held accountable for being in quarantine, I'm going to hold you accountable. In other words, I'm holding on to this money. You break the rules, it's completely mine. I can walk away from the contract. I can walk away free and clear. Now you're gonna be mad at me because, but you need to be mad at yourself because you broke the contract. You risking my life. It's not like you ran a stop sign or you got a parking ticket and you didn't pay the parking ticket. It's not like that's going to be the consequences. Oh, I'm just going to give you a ticket because that's the consequences. No, this quarantine, this coronavirus is a death sentence to some people. I ain't ready to die.
Neither am I. I'm only just getting started. So, boy, I'm not ready to go yet. Not at all.
What comments do we have? Let's see. Latoya said, kids be singing. Yes, they do. They tell the truth. They're so honest. They are honest to a fault. They do tell the truth. Definitely. Kids tell the truth. And Luxury Living said, yes, kids tell the truth. And hi, Nanny Kim on the go. How are you?
Hey, Kimmy Kim.
Luxury Living Staffing, she says, get a deposit. Always, always, always. Please have a contract as well, because they'll be like, we never spoke about no deposit. I know, right?
We did at the same time.
I am. See, I'm contract queen. I have 3 of them. I have a babysitting contract if you want me for date night. I have a nanny contract if you want me as a full-time nanny. And I have an NCS contract for newborn care specialist. I have 3 contracts. Nope, I take that back. I have 4. 1 for traveling. That's totally separate from my daytime nanny job. If I'm traveling with you, oh, that's another set of rules. So I have 4 contracts.
Another set of rules.
Yes.
Don't get me started. Another set of rules.
Don't get me started.
No, it's true. It's
but
so
it's
true.
I
don't know, man.
Just like one size does not fit all. My contracts are general. I have everything in there. It's fair to the parents and it's fair to me. But there may be circumstances in that contract that may not apply to us. Now, I keep them in the contract for just in case purposes. In case the situation comes up, we don't have to cover it. It's already covered. We have already agreed to it. Now, if they come to me with the contract, I will look at their contract, we'll look at my contract, and we'll combine and create a contract that fits both of our needs. But I'll always have a clause in your contract about job creep.
About what?
When I say job creep, I mean,
okay.
Oh, can you wash the dishes in the sink today? That's not in your contract. Okay, well, I'll help the family out. And the next day they come in and it's like, oh, you didn't wash the dishes today. And you're looking at them like, that's not a part of what our agreement said. Oh, yes, I thought we talked about that. Remember, I asked you about washing the dishes. No, you asked me to wash the dishes one time. And I did that as a help to the family. Now, if you would like to discuss other duties aside from what is in my contract, we can do that. We can sit down and have a discussion. But know that with those extra duties, it's going to come extra pay. And you need to have that discussion, and you need to have that talk during the interview. Give them a heads up that we can change this contract and we can add on duties at any time. But at that time, when you decide you want to add on duties, then we need to have a discussion and come back to the table to discuss compensation for the extra duties. Have that conversation during the interview so they will know in their head, if I ask her to do beyond what we've agreed to, it's going to cost me.
And make sure you have a clear list of what your duties are.
Right. Now, there are times, because I work, I know that taking care of the kids is more than just watching the kids. It's a whole household that goes on. And there are things that I will do out of the goodness of my heart. It's not in my job description. I will do it out of the goodness of my heart because I know it's going to make the household run smoother. That's why I get a lot of word of mouth. It's not in my contract. I don't do it all the time. But if they are traveling or if there are it's extenuating circumstances, somebody's sick, whatever the case may be, I will go the extra mile. That's just who I am. No contract needed. But if it becomes the job creep where they start piling on and then it's expected daily and day in and day out, or they leave them there in the sink knowing that you can't wash. How am I going to cook dinner cook lunch for the child and not wash the dishes in the sink?
Mm-hmm. So guys, if your nanny family asks you to quarantine, make sure you have a contract in place. Yes. Make sure you get paid for the 2 weeks whilst you're quarantining. And they need to definitely quarantine as well. In a nutshell. In bam boom.
Holly said, oh, you guys. Oh, guys, so much love. Love you guys.
I love you too, Holly.
And Luxury Living Staffing said, love you, ladies. We love you too.
Love you too, girl. See, we're just ladies of love. We just spread the love, you know, positive energy, no kind of cattiness or any of that stuff, you know, not over here. Okay? We like you do uplift nannies and all stick together. And like Nanny Chella said, I'm forever quoting her because she's like, period, poo. And she says, what's another saying she says? She says, collaboration over competition. I love that. Yes. Absolutely love that. I don't know if she's in here. Nanny Chella, show your face if you are. Where is she? I saw her pop up, but she might have just popped it out. But you know, she's trying to get her coins, girl.
Who? Nanny Kim?
No, well, Nanny Kim too, yeah, but Nanny Chella.
Oh, I saw Nanny Chella pop in too.
Yeah, I think she popped in and popped out.
But she may still be at work. It's 9 o'clock it's almost 10 o'clock there, but it's still daytime work hours.
Oh.
It's not even 4 o'clock here yet, so we still in the middle.
Oh, is it not? Oh, yeah. Here it's 10 to 10.
Got up from nap time. We having snack. We're getting ready to go out, start on our activities. So, because mom and dad will be home
watch it back.
Hours.
They can watch it back. Hold on, wait. Nanny Kim on the go says, I'm good, still here at work, but agreeing, pay me my ducats.
That's right.
Honey Weskin says, Nanny Queens. Nanny Kim, okay, or the fridge. Latoya Estella says, guys, you are amazing. I'm learning so much about contracts. Amazing. Guys, stay tuned because I'm going to be doing a collab with Nanny Chella soon about contracts. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's see. Nanny Kadri says, I hate having dishes in the sink before I can start cooking. Me too.
Amen.
Me too. I hate a messy house or kitchen. It's just, and this is what I think. You might tell me off for this, but I think I have a bit of OCD. Well, actually, I think I do have it. I just like cleanliness. So I clean, even though it's not in my contract to do. I do stuff that I'm not meant to do because it's just for my peace of mind, which is bad because then the parents just get used to it. but I just can't be in a messy house. I just can't. Like for a while, I don't mind because children obviously they play, they get messy. But when I'm entering and when I'm leaving, the house needs to be clean. During the
Exactly.
time, I don't mind if it gets messy. But when I'm entering and leaving, it needs, especially when I'm leaving, because I hate parents having to come home and clean up after me. I hate that. It's never happened
Yes.
to be honest, because I don't
I
work
hate
like that.
that. It leaves a bad impression. It leaves a bad impression. And I have the kids clean up. I'm like, okay, so mom and dad will be home soon. Let's clean this area up so you all can still play with this. But we're gonna clean this area up. But I was still playing with that. How long ago did you play with that? Um, but I still want to play with it. Okay, so we're gonna put it up for right now. We're gonna continue playing with what we have. We're gonna clean that up, and mom's gonna be home. And then I know when mom gets home, you're gonna want to talk to her, and then you're gonna have dinner, and maybe you'll come back and you'll play with it later. Okay. Now, why did the child throw me under the bus? When mom comes home, he says, Angela said that I can come back and play with this later. I said, say what?
Say what
He says,
now?
I can come back and play with this later, like just like your kids to you. She said, I can, in other words, what Angela says goes. And
Yeah,
you got to let me play with this later because she finna
yeah,
get ready to go. I know the deal. So I'm going to make sure that I get you told in front of
yeah,
her because
yeah.
she's running things right now.
Trust
Because the
me, they're
rule,
so
they
children,
are,
man. They're
yes.
just...
The rule is when I'm in the house that I am in charge. So he was telling his mom while I was there. So
Yeah, I
she
can
can
imagine
make
it.
sure that she knew
Yeah,
Angela's in charge right now. And Angela said, and I'm just like,
yeah,
that's a
yeah,
40-year-old for you.
yeah. That's what they do.
They
That's what
are,
they
they're
do.
negotiators. They're like, okay, let me think. Let me see if I can outsmart mama.
Yeah. You know what's so funny? My mom boss told me the other day that one of my nanny charges was misbehaving. And she said she don't know why she said it, she just said it. She's like, that's it, I'm calling Shada. And he's like, no, no, don't call Shada. And this was on the weekend. So I
Oh
started
my gosh.
laughing because she's like, oh my God, it worked. So she's like, that's my new line. I'm calling Shada because it works. And then one time, my mum boss FaceTime me because they just could not stop asking, is it Monday yet? Is Shada coming? Is it Monday yet? So they FaceTime me for a little bit and I was like, guys, it's the weekend. I'm coming in Monday morning. You got 2 more sleeps to go, okay? It was so cute though, bless them.
Two more sleeps.
2 more sleeps to
I
go.
love that. I love that. I use that at Christmas time. We got 3 more
Yeah, they
sleeps.
asked me, how many
Let's
sleeps
mark it off
till...
the calendar.
Mm, always, how many more sleeps until this? How many more sleeps until that? So I say 4 more sleeps or 5 more sleeps.
They
Yeah.
like to count. They like to know. They can't tell time. They don't know what time of day it is, but they know
I'm there.
it's coming. It's coming.
I'm teaching
Hurry
my
up, it's coming.
nanny child the clock at the moment to tell the time.
Oh
That's what we're
wow.
doing at the moment. So the clock that he's got's really good actually. It's really, really good. I'm gonna find out the name of it and recommend it to some people if they're
Okay.
teaching their nanny child how to tell the time. It's really good. He's working really well. Like now he understands like what time it's bedtime, what time is dinner time, and things like that. But we're working on it still.
Well, that's good. That's good skills
Yeah,
to know because that's like
yeah,
telling it's beyond the routine. Most kids tell what time of day it is by their routine. I get up from
yeah,
them, I have a snack, I go outside and play, and then mommy comes home. Now they don't know
yeah,
what time it is
yeah,
by the clock, but they know by the
yeah,
routine what comes next as to
yeah,
it regulates their body clocks. But
yeah.
being
It
able to
definitely,
see it and actually put a time, put the actual numbers to the routine is great. Uh,
yeah, because
I
he said
applaud
to
you.
me, Thank you. He said to me, because he goes, Sharda, what's the time? So I was like, look at the clock. And I was like teaching him. And then he goes, so that means mommy's coming back in 1 hour. I said, yeah! I got really excited because it was right. I was like, well done. Like I made a big deal about it. So now he's always like, what's the time? I'm like, move. Move. I'm playing like, go away, But yeah, no, it's really
I'm
good.
gonna
Like,
figure this
it's
out.
only
What we're
four.
supposed to be doing by the time of what time it is. All
Yeah,
right,
and then you go, we're
Miss.
nearly finished because they're gonna kick us out. It's
Yes, I
like
was gonna
prison; they
say
kick you out.
we have about 5 minutes. So thank you all for joining us today, and thank you for answering, and thank you for all the love that you have shared with us. We will be back here next Thursday, same time, same place, and please invite your friends. Please invite your share with your groups on Facebook
Your
because
mum
our
busted, your dad busted, everyone.
everyone because we are broadcasting to Facebook and we are broadcasting to YouTube. And please go on youtube.com and follow Nanny Sharz and Ask the Nanny on YouTube. Just saying.
Ta-ta.
youtube.com/Ask the Nanny. What's your address on YouTube?
YouTube.com/Nanny Shards.
Simple. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us here. And we will be back
Where else?
next week.
Twitter. We're on Twitter as well and LinkedIn.
Yes. LinkedIn, Twitter, all the social media outlets.
Name yours because I'm gonna do mine. So on Instagram, Twitter, I am Nanny Shards. On Facebook, I'm Nanny Shards Official. On LinkedIn, I'm Sharda Lambert. And on YouTube, I'm Nanny Shards.
Okay.
What about
So
you?
I am Ask the Nanny on Facebook. I am Ask the Nanny, Ask Nanny here on Instagram. On Twitter, I am A_T_Nanny. And on what did I forget? LinkedIn, I am Angela Johnson Sutherland. So you can find me on all of those platforms. Also, email us your questions for next week. Our email address is thenannyhook@gmail.com.
Yeah, so if you have any dilemmas, please send it to that email. And Rob just said, sisters, what about Bebo and MySpace? Yeah, laddie. Bebo and MySpace, I ain't on that. I don't even know what Bebo is.
I don't even know what a b-boy is.
MySpace.
I don't even. That's so old.
You're taking it old school. Is MySpace still alive?
Old school. Definitely old school. So
I didn't even know that.
Thank you,
I didn't even know MySpace
Latoya
still existed.
Estella. She just followed me on Twitter. Thank you.
Holly said, thank you for the knowledge. Thank you, Holly, for joining. And
Yes.
who else? Who else said something? Someone else said something. Luxury Living staffing, he just laughed at us. She said, thanks, we love you, ladies. We love you too, guys. Make sure you share
and if you
and comment and like
if
and
you
all
have
that.
any topics that you want to hear us share, email us. If you have questions, email us.
What's the email? Let me see if I can unpin this.
Okay. The email
maybe
is
not.
thenannyhook@gmail.com.
thenannyhook@gmail.com. Oh,
Yes.
like that.
Hold on. Let me scroll up. Oh, I missed a lot of comments. Yes. thenannyhook@gmail.com. That's it.
So make sure you guys send us your dilemmas and your questions to that email, and then every Thursday we will answer them. Okay?
Yes. Now,
Love y'all.
we need some hot pink hearts.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of pink, but for this we're doing pink. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
If this was useful, give us some pink hearts. If you are going to share this with somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, give us some pink love hearts.
Thank you, thank
Ooh,
you,
we
thank
got
you.
we got some
Ooh,
love
I like the
hearts.
hearts on the side. Oh, I like that one with the arrow in it. I love the heart.
Ooh.
I love it, love
Mm-hmm.
it, love it.
It's not animated. I don't know why I'm like this.
Ah,
Oh, that's so
love.
nice.
I
Oh,
love
you guys.
all the love. I love the love. Ah,
Boom, 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 boom.
I know, really. The
Hey,
vibrating heart.
boom, boom, boom.
Okay, so this is the point of the show when we start acting silly, apparently. So,
Oh
anyway,
man,
you all have a great week on purpose and with purpose. And we will
and
see you all.
wait, announcement quickly. What's
Yes,
today? Today, Thursday.
yes.
Saturday, remember, Nanny Sharz, 9 p.m. I do my lives on Saturdays, 9 p.m. This week, we're going to be talking about fussy eaters, okay? And also, I'm going to be dropping a story time. So I'll be talking about fussy eaters at first, and then we can discuss my video on YouTube. So make sure you watch it. It's getting released. Free video. Yeah, that's 3 videos tomorrow. Fussy eaters, nannies knowing your worth, and the accident that changed my life forever. Okay, guys.
All
See you
right.
soon.
Oh, and tomorrow night, be sure to watch Nanny Kim on the go. Her
Yes.
she will be here. What is it? What time is it? At 7 tomorrow night?
Yes, I think I don't
On
know. I wrote in my for me it's
Instagram.
midnight. It's midnight in the if you're in the UK, I think it's midnight or yeah, it's midnight
Then
for
it
us.
then it is 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock. She'll be here on Nanny Kim on the go. Look her up. She'll be here tomorrow night with
Amazing.
parenting tips with Mr. Chad. Oh, what is his name? Is it
Chaz,
Mr.
Mr.
Chad?
Chaz.
Yes,
Oh, and
Mr. Chad.
also Nanny Chella and the Nanny Broker, they do like an
6 o'clock on
Instagram like similar to
Wednesdays.
this every
6
Wednesday
Eastern
at
time.
6 p.m. Atlanta time, right?
Yes, Eastern time.
Yeah, they're amazing. I love them. Go and check them out as
Yes.
well. The Nanny Broker
Go
and Nanny
and
Chella.
check them out. All of the nannies. All of the nannies. Now, I think we have like 1 minute.
Okay.
So, thank you all, and we will see you all back here next week at same time, same place. Thank you, Nanny Sharz.
You're welcome.
All right, get your dance on. Get your dance on. See, I'm not as coordinated. I can chair dance like this. This is my dance right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. This is all it. This is it. This is where it's at. Right
Yay.
here. That's it.
Let's do
That's
it.
all I do. Don't stand me up because the top half and the bottom half don't match. So I can chair dance all day long. Kids dance beyond that.
That's me. Up here it's cool. Down there, mm-hmm. You don't want to. We're gonna get kicked out. I'm so hot.
We'll see,
See you
all
later, guys. Take care.
Take care.